Hello everyone, this is Jyoti and I welcome you all to this VMC Study Abroad channel. And in this today's video lecture, we're gonna specifically talk about future indefinite tense. So earlier we have already talked about the present indefinite tense and the past indefinite tense. So I just request you to go back and watch those videos and gain some knowledge. So let's continue with the today's video. Now, because today we're going to talk about future indefinite, we would be focusing on the helping verbs that we use for the future only, right? Okay, so why do we use future indefinite tense? Why it is important? If I talk about learners, the utility of the tenses, so present indefinite that we use 30% only, and the past indefinite that we use 50%, okay, and rest whatever the left over the margin is for the future tense. But the major portion that we cover in daily conversation also, we use a lot past tenses. So just learn and focus more on the past tenses, okay? But to learn about future indefinite here, whenever we have to talk something about that we have planned certainly for the future, then we speak some sentence in future indefinite sentence. So there is a golden rule that you need to know. The golden rule is sometimes we use present simple to indicate simple future. That comes in conditional sentences only. See, I have made it in brackets so that you do not forget. It comes in conditional sentences only, not in the regular future indefinite tense sentences. So how it is? For example, this is a sentence which is written. So I just give you a tip. Whenever you have any doubt, so that doubtable sentence can be framed in present indefinite and the sure sentence would be written in future indefinite tense. Okay, because the future says when you are certain about an event, it means the surety comes with the future indefinite. That's how the sentence is. I will join her if she comes. So the situation can be a girl has to come, all right, and the friend of the girl is saying, I will join her when she comes. It means when she will come, I will join her. So here we cannot use to will in the sentence. I cannot frame this sentence saying, I will join her if she will come. No, writing this would be wrong grammatically. So keep in mind when it comes to conditional sentences, we always have to use one will and the second, which is probable event like can be or cannot be. She can come or she cannot come. This, the situation which tells you about the dilemma should be kept in present indefinite tense, and the sure thing would be that he will join her. He will join her. This is a certain thing that comes in future indefinite tense. Hope it makes sense to you. So when I tell you about the conditional sentences, definitely this sentence would be there. So don't you have to worry about. But now, talking about purely future indefinite tense. Future indefinite tense always we use when we talk about some certain events that we have planned for future, okay? And here specifically we use two helping verbs. Those are will and shall. So it is written here. Where to use will, where to use shall? There is a big conflict of ideas, right? Some people say we use shall, some people say we don't use shall. So shall we use for the, very formal sentences. When you have to frame very formal sentences, or you have to request, or you have to ask for the permission, then only we use shall. Or we use shall in order to show something in should form. Should, I mean to say, if I say, shall I go there? So here you are asking a question, should I go there or not? So it's kind of a question. You want answer, you're seeking for a permission, right? So if you have learned a topic of direct, indirect sentences, there you must have seen that shall is the present form of should. Okay, so I don't want to touch that topic further. Here, let's come back to the will and shall only. Will and shall, I'll tell you here, shall we use for I and we. So there is a list of subject, right? I told you already what the subjects are. So whatever subjects we have, If out of those subjects I pick specifically I and you, then I have to use this word shall. And where can I use shall? For the formal request and for asking questions only. All right, the examples can be, what shall I do to help it? Or what shall I do to help you? Okay, so it's kind of asking for suggestion, that what shall I do to help you, right? It's a very formal sentence. Shall I go or not? Again, you could sense here the word should be written here, right? You somewhere in the back of the mind you are thinking, this sentence should be for the should only. The word should there should be in place of shall, but it is shall which should be written here because you are asking for suggestion, right? You are seeking for the advice. So as I said already, shall is the past form of, should is the past form of shall in direct, indirect sentences. But shall is something which is we use for the formal request and for asking questions only. That's it. Talking about will. So will we use for everywhere, every subject we have. Okay, so what is the difference between the sentences if we frame sentence using will or shall? If you see here, it is written, we shall not tease animals. What do you think it sounds like? It sounds like we should not tease animals. Like it restricted you to do something. It suggests you to not to do that thing, right? So it gives you a sense of should, isn't it? But if this sentence is written by using will, we will not tease animals. So it's kind of a thing, a determination, a pledge that we have taken, that we will not tease any animal. So this is the difference. Okay, if I say I shall help you, it means I am thinking somewhere, should I help or not? But if I say I will help you, it means I am damn sure that I will help you, right? It's very certain. Now, will we use for all the subjects as I told earlier? Here the examples are, I will help her. So it is something which is strongly determined already. Whatever happens, I will help her. Now, if the sentence is framed in the way, I shall ask her for the meeting. Like I can ask for the meeting, I can ask her for the meeting. So it's that way. Okay, shall is not that determinantal word. Next, you will not go there. If I say you will not go there, it means it is a strictly set sentence that you are not allowed to go there, right? But if I say you shall go there, like you should go there and check what is happening. Shall I ask her about meeting? So it's again a question, it's a formal request. Will I help her? Will I help her? So you're asking somebody, am I ready to help her? Am I sure about to help her? So it's like this. See, sentences can be formal or informal. So it is totally upon the tone of your speaking. If you speak those sentences verbally, and if you write it, it's the way of, it's the sentence, the formation of sentence which tell about the sentence is formal or informal. For example, shall is a formal term, but will is not so formal. Then if I talk about can I help you, can is informal, whereas if I say may I help you, that becomes formal. So while writing, we have to specify the words that we're using, for which context we are using it. Okay, and for the speaking, we have to stick with the tone, for what tone we are using different sentences. All right, these two sentences are, shall we not go there? Again, it's asking a question. And then, will he not help us? Will he not help us? Or will he not be in that condition to help us? I'm asking, surely will he help us or not, right? So it's like this. Thank you for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. You have learned a lot about will, shall, and where do we use future indefinite tense. Hope this series of present, past, and future indefinite series helped you a lot. If you haven't seen the previous two videos, I suggest you to go learn and use those sentences and be error free. That's it. That's it for today, and stay tuned. Thank you.